Hey you guys, today I'm gonna do the Half and a Half Not season 4, episode 6 and 7. I'm gonna talk about both of them. I've been sick. My daughter gave me her damn cold, so that's why they haven't been up on time. But yeah, episode 6 really wasn't that much. It was just basically Hannah taking Q to the hospital. I could have swore the taxi man told her that they were halfway there. That's why she told him that she didn't have a lot of money or whatever. He put her out. But she ran to the hospital like it was across the street, around the corner. I don't know. And I hate Hannah's pride because I'm like, he put you out and you still didn't call his mama or his uncle. But whatever. We come to find out that the baby had lupus, and I said, damn. All the vloggers were saying this baby was having withdrawals and shit. And I kept on saying that I was hoping it wasn't that. And it wasn't. He had lupus and asthma. And that's why he's in the predicament he was in. He's in ICU. Hannah can't see him. And I was like, boo. My baby was in ICU. And I was in there. That was weird to me, but whatever. What else happened? Benny cleaned up the body, put him right outside the patio door. I said, goddamn, you couldn't put him by the gate, nothing. You had to put him right by the damn door. That damn Mitch would have been fired. There's no way Mitch would have been able to talk to me as an employer. I understand we homies or whatever, but you also work for him. There was no way that he should have been able to talk to Benny like that and still had his damn job. I don't care if he feel like he pulling all the weight or whatever. How many employees feel like they pulling the weight and they supervisor or whatever, manager or whatever is sitting in the office like, boy, do your damn job or get on. I don't like Mitch. It's something about him I don't trust. The whole thing with Candace finally telling Benny that his old hypocritical ass mama knew about who hit him, because she found out who hit homeboy Benny, and she went and told Benny that Wyatt hit him and that they can sue them and get money or whatever. And I'm so here for it. I think it's all, this is, the roles are about to reverse. I think that the have-nots are about to be about to have money, and then all the rich people about to be poor, and the roles are about to be reversed. I really think that's the storyline this is going in. I could be wrong, whatever. Hell, people, y'all was wrong when y'all said the baby was in withdrawal, so we all could be wrong. But I think that's the direction it's going in. What else happened? Veronica and David, I was so over it. I was even over him sleeping with Maggie at the end, because I kept on saying, you don't want her. You doing this for the wrong reasons, and I'm not here for that. Even at the end, after he slept with her, and she just want more than what David want to give her, and he knows that. That's why I was mad that he even slept with her, because I'm like, you still hung up on crazy ass Veronica that wanted to kill you with no remorse. We probably would do it again with no remorse. I don't understand David's thought processes. I understand you love your person through thick and thin, but bitch, please let my man try to burn me up in the bed and see if I would still be with him or him still be breathing once I got out. But I just wasn't here for that. I really wasn't here for episode 6, tell you the truth. But hey, that nosy ass neighbor, we'll get into her, but I don't understand why they keep giving her a pass. We finally see Oscar back, and I'm so ready for Oscar to get what he needs coming to him, but David put him on a job to find out who the person in the picture was. Like, he knew, because Oscar was at that hospital when he took Candace to see about her child, and wasn't Benny and the mama there when they was arguing over custody or whatever? I think both of them was there. That's how he knew who Benny was. What else happened on that 6th one? Oh, they talked about blood in the car and called Quita and They brushed that off. Quita don't know why the cops calling about her car. She don't understand the whole situation, whatever. That whole bullshit with Ward coming to Candace's house and him, to me, practically raping her, because I don't give a fuck what nobody say. She is not a willing participant in this situation. So, motherfucker, you taking everything you get, so that's rape. And I'm not liking how Tyler Perry is putting it in okay for her to be getting done up by this dude that's supposed to be her homeboy. I don't give a fuck if she did lie to her, him. Nigga, you either count that shit as a loss, fuck her up or whatever, but this taking sex from her and making her take showers in front of you, violating her body like that, I'm not here for that storyline whatsoever. Anyway, let's get to episode, because I didn't even want to spend 5 minutes on that shit. But we can get into episode 7, because I did enjoy episode 7. Just looking for my notes with this one. But it started off, like I said, with David in the bed with homegirl, acting like he don't want her no more. And that, like I said, it was pissing me off. But then they start arguing about the picture or whatever, and she had made a mistake and said that she brought it out that it was his car in a picture about you know, your wife is cheating on you in your car. And he like, wait a minute, how do you know it's my car? And she like the slither of the steering wheel. I said, bitch, you could have came better than that. First of all, I wouldn't even making up no excuses for him. Yes, nigga, I tried to tell you, because he was like, you the one took me to the tow yard, you the one did this. And I'm like, idiot. She was trying to warn you about your wife months ago. Well, probably with y'all weeks, days, I don't know. But she was trying to warn you, and you still was ignoring her. So don't blame her because your wife out there fucking. I just was so over David trying to put this on Maggie, regardless if she took the pictures, regardless if she knew about it. Your beef not with her. Your beef is with your wife. So stop trying to take that shit out on her. Maggie, you's a punk bitch. Because ain't nowhere in the world I would have took that from David. I would have been like, nigga, I'm not the one that tried to kill you. I'm not the one that fucked somebody else. I'm not the one that fucking blackmailed your son. See, Maggie better than me. Because, you know, this is why I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Can't be a hood chick. Because Candace would have read his ass down if he would have did that shit to her. I'm just saying. Like I said, I just was over him. He ended up going, let's go, keep on going with David. David ended up going to the tow yard to talk to Benny. Benny wasn't there, so Mitch was there. He like, I'm looking for Benny Young. He like, okay, he not here. I'm looking for Benny Young. Do you know when he'll be back? No, I don't. He's on the tow. I'm like, the way David was talking to Mitch, you wouldn't have got nan answer from me because, okay, you who? I'm Judge David Harrington. Like, that judge part was gonna scare a hood nigga. Okay, he ain't here. Do you need a tow? He's so stupid that Mitch wasn't giving his ass nothing about Benny. Then he got a card. Mitch calls Benny to give him a heads up that David wants to talk to him, and then gonna question him, why do he wants to talk to him? Nigga, it's not your business. Stay in your lane, Mitch. Stay in your lane. So then, you know, David calls him and calls Benny like, I need to talk to you. He like, for what? He's like, you know what, for what? He was like, my wife. He was like, call your wife then. I'm so glad Benny said that because y'all know, if I'm not with women calling women, I'm sure the fuck not with men calling men. No, you take it up with your goddamn spouse. Don't call me. I would have did the same thing Benny did. Talk to your wife. Click. Because he gonna say, you ain't gonna talk to me. He was like, something about you bet, you want to put a bet on that? He was like, yeah, I'm a betting man. I guess that shut David ass up because he was like, oh shit, like, oh, can't punk this one. But we'll see about that next week when they get into it more. Catherine gets out of jail. She first was getting on my damn nerve, talking about what day is it? Well, I'm like, bitch, y'all all in there together. Nobody know what time or day it is. Then she gonna say, well, I've never been like this in jail. And I'm sitting there like, have Jim and Veronica, is that what you're saying? Like, have they been in there multiple times? Shit, they know the protocol? I don't know. But she ended up getting out. And then she was like, well, what about, no, before she ended up getting out, Jim called Veronica crazy. And she was about to call the daughter crazy. Jim was like, don't you dare utter my daughter's name out your mouth. Catherine gonna say, she wasn't gonna say that. And he was like, you don't know your friend. And she was like, well, she know me as well as she know you. And I said, I wish y'all hurry up and tell Catherine, because this is wasting my damn time. But anyway, Catherine ended up getting out or whatever, and said she was gonna help them get out. So then after she left, them two banshees start arguing all over again. He was laughing at her and told her it was hysterical. She told him to go to sleep, go dream or something. He was like looking at you and scary. I fell out. I love to see them two argue because they back and forth be so funny to me. But they really argued because she still want to blame Wyatt. He like, bitch, they both over there like, bitch, your son testifying against you too. Did you forget? And she was like, no, he's not. And they was like, you so fucking delusional. And what else happened? They was talking about David, and them two was just going back and forth. And then he ended up telling her that she was going to hell. So she was like, well, you going to hell with me. And he was like, how do you know your ticket ain't already bought and paid for? She was like, how do you know your ticket ain't bought and paid for? I said, God damn. Like I told you, I'm so here for them two to go back and forth because it'd be funny. It's like when them two go back and forth, or when Candace go back and forth with any one of them, it'd be everything for me. But both y'all still sitting in jail, so now I'm what? The DA ended up coming in there to rattle their tail feathers, and they were like, we don't want to talk to you. She was like, it's okay, because I want to say something to y'all. And she told them how Jeffrey is going to testify against Veronica, but he didn't really want to testify against David, but he sure the hell want to test against her. Wyatt wants to testify against his daddy, so their ass is in trouble. So Veronica was like, by law, I'm not going to get in trouble because he was represented by counsel. And I'm sitting there like, bitch, when he talked to them, he wasn't represented by nothing. Like, maybe I need to talk to some lawyers, because I was like, bitch, can't somebody still testify against their damn lawyer? I thought it was the other way around, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Then it was, she tells them about him, and then she also tells Jim about Wyatt, and he was talking about, Wyatt is accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and she was like, he good. Don't worry about it, he good. So Jim is like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? And he was trying to get answers from her. He even was telling Veronica to shut up, because he really wanted to know, what did she mean by he was good? But she didn't let it slip about the inheritance, which I would have. It ain't like he can go get it back. It ain't like he out. So why? I don't understand what's the half-ass telling things on this story. I don't get it. But Jim is upset because he don't know what the hell she talking about. She don't know. Veronica she told Veronica that David got out of jail by Maggie. Maggie got him out, and they at the hotel. So that kind of hit a nerve with Veronica, and I said, yes, bitch, yes. I was so here for. I want all her nerves hit. What else? Okay. Candace called her homegirl Erica over. Erica gave the $500 back that she took from Benny. I said, bitch, you still had that $500 holding on to that shit? But okay. Bitch, and I'm sitting there like, that car is gone. So Candace didn't know about that $500. Wouldn't have hurt her. But you are homegirl. Okay. So then they start talking about Oscar Brent, whatever his damn name is, how she got marked. And homegirl was like, but you don't get marked. She was like, we do the marking, you don't get marked. So they trying to figure out who could she have got marked, who could have paid Oscar to do this to her or whatever. So they going down the line, they thinking it's Landon. They end up coming up with the social worker. They was like, we gonna get to the bottom of this, and we gonna call her or whatever. And I was like, wrong person, but okay. I was like, no, that ain't the one. But because they kept on saying thought it was Jim, and she was like, no, he's too high for that, think lower. And I'm like, if you're gonna think lower, why didn't you think of David? But okay, we gotta play this out, so whatever. As they in the house talking about the shit, Quita comes up with old boy, and because the GPS saying that Quincy, is that his name? Quincy is there. So they all sitting outside the house. So the old bad black ass neighbor come up and tell her she has to move. They can't park there. She told that bitch, shut up, old bitch. I mean, I don't like Quita. I don't. I can't stand this girl. But I was so here for her in that moment of telling that bitch to shut up and go on somewhere. Because we all have been saying it. I would have been told that bitch to go on somewhere. So I was here for that. Yeah, I got my life with Quita on that one. Because, I mean, it was everything. She told that bitch to gone. Bitch kept talking. She was like, gone, gone. I was like, oh my God, I'm so here for that. The bitch gonna call the cops. Somebody is sitting in front of my block. And I'm like, bitch, shut up. Go somewhere. But before the lady came up, Quita did see Candace come out the house and get her purse out the car and go back in the house. So that's when the boy was like, well, maybe he over here with her. And Quita like, no, I know my brother. It wouldn't have went down like that. Something's up. We gonna end up coming back. So I was like, okay, cool. So Erica, no, let's get to Hannah. Hannah goes to work. How she get there? I don't know. But she goes to work and it's a prostitute in there with Wyatt, and she can't get up. She just on her phone. This nigga knocked out on her. She can't get him to wake up and move, so she can't get up. So Hannah's like, get up, and she's like, I can't. And then he got to give my money when I do get up. And so Hannah poured water on him, and I'm like, girl, why you couldn't do that? Why you just couldn't lift him up and push him on the floor? I don't know. But he ended up waking up. He ended up putting the girl out. So she was like, I'm going to come back with my pimp, all that kind of stuff. So I guess he gonna get fucked up by her pimp. So then him and Hannah start talking. And this was a powerful moment, even though I can't stand Hannah. I cannot stand Hannah because I feel like she acts so holier than thou, like she don't have her fucking skeletons. That's all. I can't wait to Benny to confront her about her knowing everything. Because Candace told him on last episode everything, that his mama knew that shit. So I can't wait for Benny and Hannah to finally meet up. But at this moment, I was here for her because she read the shit out of Wyatt. Because Wyatt still smirked about him getting immunity. He was telling her, because she was like, where are your parents? And he was talking so disrespectful to her. And she kept on saying, you say that one more time. Call me stupid or call me something one more time. And I kept saying, he keeps saying that. What are you going to do? There's no more one more times. I'm just saying. But she was wondering where his parents was, and he was like, my parents are in jail. And she was like, huh? So he ended up saying how the parents, you know why, you came in the kitchen saying, when I was confessing, and she was like, you made me think I was crazy, and all this kind of stuff. And she was telling him he's going to reap what he sowed. He was like, no, because I have immunity. And she was like, boy, what God got in store for you ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, come on now. Like, and you know how black folks is with the church. They will read you your rights. She read him like 3 different scriptures, and he was feeling it. I was feeling it. He had a tear in his eye. I was like, boy, you better cry. You better call out. I'm just saying, because the way she was, I mean, she just reminded me of, you know, your old school grandmama's the lady of the church. I don't know. It was just hitting home. And, because it's true, you know, regardless if you're not going to jail, you do reap what you sow. I don't care what it is. If you do wrong to people, it will come back to you. Might not be right away, but it will come back to you. That's why I always try to be positive and supportive to people, because I just never want no backlash coming to me. But he felt it, and she cried, and he cried, and she left, and she begged the Lord to take her out the house. And I'm like, bitch, keep walking, and you'll be out the door. You right there. Just pull yourself up. I don't know. You strong. You got it. Whatever. But I feel her, because as a woman of God, as a human, you want to go back and fuck him up. But as a woman of God, you just be like, please give me the strength to keep on walking so I don't turn around and do no harmful stuff. So I get where she was coming from. At the end, you had Candace and Erica and a social worker. They invited her over. She came in, and they questioned her about everything. Where's my son? She was like, your son is with your mama. She was like, but my mama's house burned down. And she was like, I know. She was like, the judge felt it was better to give him to your mama because you never came back to the hospital. But she was like, her house burned down. And she was like, I know. She was like, but you told me it was unsafe for him to stay with me in a hotel. And it was a nice hotel. And I know my mom ain't got no money. So it's going to be in a Roach motel. And the girl was like, looking stupid. So Candace got fired from her ass. And then the girl was like, oh my God. And then Candace get on top of her, start choking her ass out. And then she confesses that it had something to do with the criers. And the criers had called a judge to give the baby to Hannah. So now it's like, oh, another secret came out. Not the one she wanted, but another secret came out. And she didn't know nothing about Oscar. So she was like, Erica, lock the door. And her Erica commits to whooping that ass. They jumped that bitch real bad. I don't know what she gonna look like, cause you know, people don't be having the right bruises and scars after they got jumped on TV. But they were both kicking her and socking her and whatever, and I was here for it because I feel like, hey, Erica had her back. Even though I do feel like jumping is wrong, and this girl don't look like that she needed to be jumped. I'm just saying, just lock the door and make sure nobody come in. But the jumping part, I thought that was bitch made. But I do feel like Erica did have Candace back. And another thing, this is why I tell people, like me, I don't teach my daughter, I don't tell my daughter to fight. I always tell my daughter, you can use your words. But this is where you teach your daughter, regardless of them not being hood, to fight. So bitches like Candace and her homegirl wouldn't have been able to jump her. That's all I'm saying. My daughter don't fight, but I bet you believe she know how. Because this type of shit, that jumping shit, like I said, I wasn't here for. But yeah, that was my review for the Half and a Half Not season 4, episode 6 and 7. Sorry it was late. Sorry it's really, I'm really, really sick. Like, I cannot get rid of a migraine, and my daughter gave me a cold. So, yeah. About to turn this off and do another recap of another show. And I'll talk to you guys later. I don't want to end this video without saying rest in peace to Big Ange. I know it's not that show, but hell, I'm sending my condolences on all the videos that I do today because I want you guys to understand she was respected in our vlogger world, YouTube world, television world. Big Ange was respected. So, yeah, my condolences go out to her and her family. All right, you guys. Peace out.